And switch scenes now. Oh my god, hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. All right. Hello Athos. Welcome into stream. Hi. I am excited for today's stream. I really am, because I worked on it a lot over the last few days and I'm just been super anxious. How you do? I'm doing very well. I've been so anxious about this stream because I've never done an educational stream where I just focus on a subject and then just talk about it. Yeah, talk about it in such a way, you know? Anyways, let me fix my stream manager. I need to move things around. There you go. That's perfect. That's a lot better. I can actually see it because normally how I have my setup is that on the left monitor, I have my stream manager. That's where chat's at. On the right, I have OBS where I can look at everything. Hey, do I have permission to share your stream in another server? Yeah, go right ahead. Feel free to do so. And in the middle, I usually have gameplay or just OBS, but today I have stream manager over here, OBS in the middle, and then I have this goddamn PowerPoint presentation in the other side. But yeah, I gotta be to your friend who's looking to get into Gunpla. Oh my god, go right ahead. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Woo! Hello. This is how to build Gunpla for beginners. Yay. I really love the hobby. I really do. It is something I've been doing for about 17 years. Yeah, I got into Gunpla building back in 2007. And sorry, I was having an existential crisis for a moment because it was you've been doing this shit for 17 fucking years. Where did the time go? But yeah, I really love the hobby. I really do. So yeah, let's begin the presentation. Oh my god. Hi, I'm Dan. This is me, I'm the Dan. If your bones turn to dust, yes, I do feel my bones turn to dust. It's just my hands are crinkled. I'm getting old, my back hurts all the time. You know what's kind of funny? Most people say their knees give out and start hurting. Mine don't, which I feel lucky about that. So yeah, hi, I'm Dan, and I've been building Gunpla since 2007. It was a hobby that I got into when I essentially had moved in December of it's the knees, but I am overweight. No worries. You know what? It's fine. We all got a little bit of extra, on ourselves. But yeah, I got into Gunpla building because back in 2006, December of 2006, I had moved to a completely different city, and I was away from all friends. I didn't know anybody, and I was really sad and bored. So I decided to rewatch, anime that I had, liked and I was interested in. And I decided to rewatch, I wanted to rewatch something that was short, but also that I didn't get a chance to fully enjoy. And that was also Gundam, the 8th MS team. And I watched it and loved it a lot. I have enjoyed that anime so much that I was oh my god, I had to look into it. And I had remembered many years prior to that they had model kits of it, and I wondered if they still had model kits, Gundam model kits, because of the Gundam Wing era that happened very early in the early 2000s. And I was looking online and I found this online shop, and they were selling a 1:1 144 scale high grade the RX 78 ground type Gundam versus Zaku 2 twin pack. Both kits came in one box, right, with one manual, and I got it for $30. Yeah, it was a 2-pack. Yep. It was a versus, you'll see. Yeah. And I got it for $30. and I built them and I enjoyed it. I really did. It was great. And then I got really into it. And I built a lot, and yeah, I've been building. I've learned a lot about this hobby over the years. I've learned so many skills because of it. It is something that like I never expect myself to actually learn so much about. You know, it is a hobby that I have just enjoyed and I just love. Honestly, I did take a break, you know, because it's, you know, it's healthy to take breaks here and there. But yeah, I really do enjoy Gunpla building. It is probably the most fun thing I have like done, and it's been a part of my life. I feel like it's part of my goddamn identity at this point. Because I've been doing it for the majority of my adult life. Why am I doing this stream? You might ask. Well, like I said, I want to share my love of Gunpla building to those around the world. I think that Gunpla building is probably such a fun hobby to get people into the whole model kit building world. Because let's be honest, let's be real here. Had it not been for Gunpla building, a lot of people from my generation would have not gotten into like model kit building at all, because the problem with scale model building for the majority of it, it is, in a sense, it gatekeeps itself, because you are expected to know how, you're expected to have certain skills already if you're trying to get into the hobby. And I know that with a lot of people wanting to get into a hobby, especially like model kit building, it is a hobby that it requires a lot of investment. You have to pay for the model kit. You have to then, you know, buy paint. You have to buy glue, decals, decal solution, nippers, sandpaper, files, all sorts of different tools you want to, like, you would have to like buy just to be able to build a model kit, you know? But Gunpla building is so beautiful in my opinion, because like it's such a wonderful gateway that you can just easily build one kit in a day. I remember the old days of making model cars. Exactly, like having to like do that, it's just like it's a high investment, you know? It's a high investment, and you don't even know if you're gonna even like it at the end of doing all your building, you know? It's something that like Gunpla building is very affordable. You can get a model kit for like $8 to $15, you know? Put it together and see if you enjoy it. See if you like it. It was $8 to $15. And if you pick up one piece, you're gonna buy a whole new kit. Exactly. Exactly. For Gunpla building, I think it is the way Bandai has realized this hobby is that they made it very accessible to anyone out there, and it's wonderful they've done that. Which is why like so many like old heads from model kit building world, when like the majority of them are like insanely shocked by like how color separation, how easy it is to put together kits. You don't need glue, you don't need to do sanding to just have a basic kit out the box, and you can do it easily. Exactly, glory snap building. Wherever you call Gunpla style building, yeah, snap building. Yeah, it's such a beauty, because people like the old generation of model kit builders they're so used to a certain way of doing these things, but when you introduce Gunpla to them, they are just like taken aback, like, whoa. And because of that, especially in the States, Gunpla building is actually getting a lot more attention, especially in the IPMS. IPMS stands for International Plastic IPMS. Yeah, something like that. It's a whole national bullshit competition, happens all over the country and the States. And a lot of those guys have realized that Gunpla is a wonderful, like, how would I say this? Gateway drug? Honestly, doing drugs is probably cheaper than building Gunpla. It's a wonderful gateway drug for scale building in general. And I think it's really fucking cool that Bandai had realized that and then saw the potential of it and decided to just go for it, you know? Yeah. Hey kids, want to try Suzaku? First kit's free. Now that you mentioned that, there are places, like at certain conventions, if Bandai is attending, I have a good friend of mine. She actually holds build events where they give away free model kits to people. If they, it's a first come first serve, obviously, and they give away free model kits to people, and you build them at the little event. And I've seen it happen at Anime Expo. I've seen it happen in Anime NYC. I'm making a joke on the first hit is free. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that actually does happen, that they give like model kits for free to people to build them. And hello, villain, welcome, and you are not new. But yeah, especially to children, they have had like a workshop where they had the entry grade RX 78, and they had also the very easy to build Pokemon model kits. And you just get there, first come first serve, you get your model kit, you build it, see if you like it, use the loaner nippers that they give you, or I believe they gave you free nippers, and yeah, that's it. So it's a really wonderful gateway. Also, robots are cool. I mean, who doesn't love a giant robot? Because the thing is that Bandai has realized that they control essentially the scale market when it comes to like robots, right? Which is why they actually released a line of Pacific Rim model kits on the high grade line. Yeah, they also released not too long, I believe it was like a few years ago, they released an official like large size Space Marine from Warhammer, and they're trying other stuff out, and it's being successful, like the Pokemon kits, the Digimon kits. They're now doing their own original line with the 30-minute mission kits, which are really easy kits that you can just put together in 30 minutes. Yeah. Anyways, here's a couple examples of my works, so I am the real deal. So yeah, here are a couple of my model kits that I've done. This is a full customized, roughly 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. Exactly. Honestly, as long as you follow the instruction manual, you should be golden. But yeah, here is one of my painted kits. This was an award-winning model kit that I built. I got second place in I forgot the name, but it was a Bandai sanctioned event. And it was so fucking cool when Meiji Kawaguchi, that Meiji Kawaguchi, the guy who started out as like an ambassador of like sharing the hobby back in the 80s, who became like the head director of of like Bandai's like model kit division. He's like the head honcho. Here's also a Tall Geese 2 that I went ahead and painted. It is the same color scheme, except that, yes, I did repaint the goddamn kit in its original color scheme, except for the added decals, the color separation within the knees, the ankle guards, the foot, the wrist guards. I hand painted those little red details that you see. That's very hard to see, actually, if you look at it. And the good old panel lining, all that stuff. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Let's see. Do you need to watch Gundam before you start building? I have an answer for this, and this answer is no. You don't need to watch Gundam at all before you start building. You can get into the hobby without prior knowledge of the Gundam franchise at all, you know? And if you decide to like get into the hobby because of the new hot Gundam series that's currently, you know, that is airing at the time, right? And that's what you want to, and you see, you know, mobile suit from that's available, go ahead, go crazy. No one's gonna stop you. And if they do, tell me, because I will whack them on the nose. I'll go bam, 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 bam with a ruler. Damn right, it was the kits that got me into Gundam and not the other way around. Exactly, because like a lot of people just, that's the big thing also. Like the two things that scare off a lot of people who want to get into Gundam model kit building specifically is that they think that they need to know the series or they need to watch the show before building the model kit. But that's the thing. You don't, because no one's gonna give a shit if you don't fucking do it. If you like putting together your little plastic robots and having a good time, go for it. No one's gonna fucking judge you, because like, you do it for yourself. And oh my god, Asios, thank you very much for the raid. Hello everybody, welcome. I am right now doing my first stream of how to build Gunpla for beginners. I'm teaching people about this. Welcome Asios, welcome. I hope you had a good time. Yeah. What did you play today? Oh, and Jellyfish Queen, welcome as well. Nice. Darkest Dungeon. Ooh, I'm actually going to be playing Darkest Dungeon this Saturday on Crowd Control, actually. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about that. We continue the pain. I was like, huh, I own a copy of Darkest Dungeon. And I didn't even notice, because like the way I have my Steam set up is that I only have on the list of like games that showing as the ones are installed, and I never installed Darkest Dungeon. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. I have Darkest Dungeon? Holy shit. Let me play that on Saturday. I want to actually get to play that game. But yeah, I got it specifically for Crowd Control. I got it before Crowd Control because I was like really interested to do it. A friend introduced me to the game. But anyways, if you gotta go do your thing, SELs, go do your thing. So yeah, teaching people about the beauty of Gunpla. Woo! Next question that I have is, what Gunpla kit should I build first? Good morning. Welcome. It's afternoon for me, late afternoon actually. It's 5:30 for me. welcome. Before I got it before CC, but it doesn't work on Epic. Ugh, Epic, gross. I didn't install Epic until like a few months ago, like the Epic launcher. I was just like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. I refuse to use Epic. But yeah, what Gunpla kit you should, first build? That's a big question that a lot of people will have when getting into the hobby, because there's such a variety and you probably don't want to, CC doesn't work with Epic Launcher or the game version. It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work with the Epic Launcher. Has to be the Steam version. It's very like particular. Yeah, but yeah. Honestly, my ethos regarding what kit you should build first has always been and always will be: pick whichever model kit you think looks cool. Because here's the thing: you're the one building it, and it's gonna be displayed on your shelf. Because if I tell you, hey, go ahead and build, I don't know, perfect grade Strike Freedom Gundam, right, as your first kit, and that's what you first build, and you're gonna be like, I don't like this. I don't like the design. I don't like how big it is. That's why I say, pick what you think looks cool. You mean perfect hand grenade? Oh god, a meme that I used to say back in the day was that if I didn't like a person, I would recommend them the real grade Zeta Gundam. That's a joke. I never actually did that. But yeah, honestly, just pick whatever you think looks fucking cool. Because here's the thing: 90% of Gunpla kits all build the same way. They really do. It's all the same. Just some have more parts than others. And yeah. And yes, it looks really complicated to do. How do I build them? And like I said, just follow the instructions, the instruction manual step by step, which is such a wonderful way how manuals are done by, by Bandai. Is such an easy way that just tells you the process, and it's very complicated to mess it up. And I always say, always pay attention to the manual. Cheers to Gunpla giving you physical instructions. I know. I love that about it, Gunpla building, honestly. And the great thing about it is that newer models, like the newer model kits, now have English in the instruction manual. So I would say everything in the last, I would say 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 4 or 5 years has actual English instructions for the most important parts that you're putting together. But yeah, it's just a simple step by step. You see it, you look at what piece you need to put together, you find the runner that you have the piece on, you snip it out, you snip off the stuff, and then you just kind of build. Yeah, I realize I don't have a little cup for my stuff, for my nubs that I'm going to be nipping up. Give me a moment. Here we go, found one. Because I like to save those and I like to just toss them into the I don't have to use that bottle. Anyways, one thing that I do want to explain is the different grades of Gunpla. Because back in the day, the first introduction to Gunpla, especially in the United States, it was not good. It was not good. So here is a chart. This chart, I got it straight from Gundam Planet. Gundam Planet is one of the sellers that I buy from. I love buying kits from Gundam Planet. The shipping is quick because I live near Gundam Planet, and the pricing is pretty good, and they have a good selection of kits and paints. Being literate makes the instructions easier to read, but as long as you can match symbols, you don't need to even read yet. That's true. As long as you read symbols, you're good. So yeah, this is the different scales. So the more common model kits you're going to be seeing is what's labeled as a high grade model kits, better known as HG. They are, like they says, between 5 to 6 inches tall, and high grade line has the biggest variety of model kits to pick from. It has the biggest pool because they're easier for Bandai to produce, meaning that they can release obscure kits of like obscure like Gundams and mobile suits from different shows and eras, and it won't be that much of a loss for them because it didn't cost that much to produce them. But yeah, this usual scale is between 5 to 6 inches in height. They can be a lot bigger. Neo Zeong, for example, can be about like 2.5 feet tall or 3 feet tall. Then there's like God, what's that one mobile suit? The big MFer. Psycho Gundam. There's the Psycho Gundam from Zeta that is like massive as well, but those are very like far between. Yeah. The second more common is Master Grade. Master Grade is the 1/100 scale. I personally love Master Grade. That's all I freaking build. Either Master Grade kits or kits within the 1/100 scale size. We'll get to that later. They tend to be, like they says, between 7 to 8 inches in height. However, they can go even to like maybe 12 to 15 inches in height. Yeah, they can be pretty big. Majority of kits that you will see in the Master Grade line will be like the mainstream designs from like the show. So like the mobile suits from like the mobile suits of like the main like characters. You get what I mean? You'll get that within the Master Grade line, the very popular stuff, right? And also like very popular designs. Yeah. Then there is the Real Grade. Real Grade, it has the size of a high grade, but the detail of a Master Grade. Early versions of Real Grade kits or RGs, they are not good. They are not good. They are very pain in the butt. Real Grade equals real pain. Yeah, like newer like Real Grade stuff in the line is like so much better. It's day and night. It's honestly day and night. I honestly like, there are some within the Real Grade line that I want people to be careful with. And there's one specific hit in this line that if you like the design and you think it's fucking cool, I suggest not building it as your first kit. And that is the Real Grade Unicorn. The reason why is because the Real Grade Unicorn, has an arm joint, right? And the instructions tell you what to do when assembling this kit. But it's something that if you don't pay attention in the manual, it will break. Honestly, if you go onto like r/Gunpla and look up, Real Grade or RG Unicorn broke, or broken, you're gonna find so many fucking posts of people crying about that. I love how they say easy to handle on your graphic as if that's not. Oh yeah, that's a fucking lie. That graphic, again, I got it from Gundam Planet. They're trying to sell kits. Then there is SD, or the SD BB Senshi. SD kits, those are super deformed kits. As you see this little guy right here, look at him, look at my cursor, here's my cursor, there's this little guy. It's like a chibi, super deformed, they're cute, they're small, they're easy to put together. The advancements of detail for those mobile suits for those model kits have been just amazing. They recently started a new line in the SD size, which is the Master Grade SD line, which essentially takes the technology of a Master Grade kit, but shrinks it down to an SD mobile suit. And I think it's so fucking good. It is so good. But yeah, there's only so far 2 mobile suits out with a third one coming out, I believe, in October or November of this year. And the last of the more common line is perfect grade, or PG for short. These are in the 1 to 60th scale. These are between 12 to like 15 inches in height. These are essentially the more expensive, like it says in the graphic, high-end model kits, because of the amount of detail, the amount of parts. It is insane, the amount of parts, because like with the high grades, you're probably getting between, with one kit, I would say maybe 100, 150 parts. You don't even notice when you put it together. Master grade, you're probably putting maybe 1,000 to maybe 2,000 parts, but a perfect grade can go up to like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 parts, depending on the master grade itself. If I ever receive a perfect grade as a gift, I'd get the perfect, oh my god, the perfect grade line. I like it, but the reason why I've never built one or purchased one is because I don't have space to display these motherfuckers. They are huge. They are very huge. But yeah, like the amount of detail on a perfect grade is just insane. The cream of the crop of the perfect grade line as of right now is it's known as the perfect grade unleash of the RX-78 to, well, the classic Gundam, and it's just insane. It has like nuts and bolts, it has metal parts, it has like wiring for lighting. It is just crazy. And the crazy thing about it, you don't have to paint it at all. You don't have to paint a single damn thing about this model kit. Yeah, the size of a gaming PC is about the same price tag too. Yeah, honestly, like they can be very expensive, very expensive. Which is why I'm like, I could get like 3 or 4 master grade kits for one perfect grade. Actually, I could probably get even 5. And high grades, you could probably get yourself like 10, 15, maybe 20 for the price of a perfect grade. But yeah, it's something that is just, it can be overwhelming to beginners, but as long as you follow the instructions, you should be good. There are other other lines that are not as common, such as the FM line, which is better known as the full mechanics line, which is essentially a model kit. It's a Gundam model kit, right? That is at the size of a master grade, but it has about similar detail to like a high grade. Like it has the detail of a really good high grade kit, right? Yeah, there's that. There is the Reborn 100 line, which is also again the same size as a master grade, and that line is essentially dead in the fucking water, and I am sad by it. I literally bought every single goddamn model kit on the regular releases of the Reborn 100 because I want to support it because it was such a fucking cool line. Let me just stop now. Yeah, there's other lines as well out there, like the entry grade kits, which entry grade, especially with the Gundam ones, they're the same size as a high grade, right? But they have a lot less detail to them, and they're so much easier to build. But I will say this, if you had to ask me, would you recommend an entry grade? It's like, why, Dan? Hey Dan, why do you recommend high grade over entry grade? Well, it's two reasons. First reason is because the entry grade line is somewhat small with what they have available, honestly. So a review of AG and their articulation is pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close, if not the same. Also, my issue with letting, a newbie learn about, tell them, hey, why I would not recommend entry grade is because entry grades will essentially give you false expectations when it comes to building your model kits. And there's a reason why. And that's because entry grades are designed that you do not need tools to actually take the parts off the runner. You can literally just pop them off with your finger and just put them together very easily, right? So if you were to buy yourself an entry grade kit, right? You build your little entry grade kit and you're happy with it. And yeah, exactly. It teaches bad habits. And then you get yourself a high grade kit thinking, oh, it's about the same price range. It should be the same. And you open it up and then you're like, you try the same methods and it's difficult to remove parts from the runners and you break parts and you gouge the plastic and it's just not a good time for anyone. So yeah, I highly recommend high grade over entry grade for people's first kits because I want them to know their expectations. Yeah. Prepare your heart to feel pain down. Oh my God. What tools do I need? Simple. All you need is the following. Nippers. You need nippers. Nippers, essentially, that's what you use to cut the parts off from the runner. And then you can cut the nubs on the nippers as close to the part as possible. And then the next tool you'd be needing is a hobby knife to shave that down. When you shave it down nice and even and looks good and smooth, the last thing you want to do is you're going to be needing sandpaper to sand it down and make sure the surface is even and looks good and, doesn't make you sad. So yeah, there is going to be some effort that does need to be done. But yeah, these are honestly the three tools that you would need to build a Gundam model kit. Nippers, hobby knife, sandpaper. And it's super affordable. And please, for the love of God, do not use toenail clippers or scissors. You're going to have a fucking terrible time. My first two Gunpla kits were high grades and I popped them off with my hands instead of tools. Instead of sandpaper, you can use nail files. That's what I use. We'll get to that later. But yeah, the reason why I recommend sandpaper over nail files and is because it's cost. It's the cost, really. I want people who want to get into the hobby spend as least money as possible. So if they don't like it, they don't feel like they've spent so much, and then feel like they have to continue the hobby because they spent so much. But yeah, that's why I recommend very affordable tools, which I will be showing in a moment. Optional tools that you can buy. Cutting mat. Because here's the thing, you need a surface if you're going to be dealing with certain sharp tools and you're cutting things and slicing things and doing all sorts of things, right? You don't want to accidentally just slash your your mouse mat or leave a gouge on your table because you mishandled a knife a certain way. So yeah, we definitely need a cutting. This is optional. You don't need to get it, but it does help. Tweezers are actually very important tools. Again, it is important if you're applying stickers and decals, but again, you don't need tweezers off the bat when you're first starting out. And if you're thinking of using regular tweezers that for makeup, for beauty stuff and all that good stuff, don't use those. They sell very affordable hobby tweezers that you can use, and an extra fine tipped marker. That is so you can go ahead and fill in the little grooves of the model kit so the details can pop out even more and it stands out and it looks, you know, super cool. So yeah, you definitely want to like use, yep, for panel lining. For panel lining, that's correct. You want to use that for panel lining. Again, I will be showing some recommendations in a little bit. So yeah. Do I have any other tips? Yes, I do. 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 Take your time working on the model kit. Don't rush it, because rushing building a model kit, if you rush, you are going to miss a step and you're going to like be frustrated, like, why isn't this working properly? I put it together, what's going on? And it's because you didn't follow the instructions patiently. You're going to be so angry and frustrated, you'll probably throw out the model kit, you know? So yeah, take your time working on it. Don't go fast. And like Thanos says, Gunpla is art, so you don't rush art. Carefully follow the instructions. Like I said, instructions, you can go from point A to point B to point C. Follow it in that manner, because it doesn't make sense to go from point A to point X to point K to point W. You know, that doing it that way makes no sense. So you want to go and follow your instructions carefully and don't skip anything. Keep within your budget. Keep within your budget is a very important thing about this hobby. I have seen so many people spend money on the hobby buying kits that they say that they're going to build and never build. That's why the whole joke and meme of like, oh, you know, Gunpla builders all have massive backlogs, ha ha ha. And then like you see those same people who have like massive backlogs, you know, posting, hey, I don't have enough money for rent or whatever. No, honey, no. Keep within your budget. You know, I don't want people to like buy the best tools that, you know, money can buy in the most expensive kit, and then you know, don't like it, and then you spend all that money, and then you're gonna feel angry and frustrated, and you'll probably blame me for it. But yeah, I want people to just keep within their, you know, their means. I don't want you to spend money like crazy. And the final tip that I have is have fun. Just have fun. It's a relaxing hobby that you can just pop up a YouTube video, have it play in the background, have some music play in the background. You could just relax, do your thing. You know, you could just do whatever you want to do with this kit. You could maybe stream building Gunpla, you know, on Twitch if you want to. You can go ahead and, you know, you could do it for your mental health. I know a lot of people who got into Gunpla building because it helps so much with their mental health, because it helps them to just relax and go into like a zen mode. I'm sorry that my model's freaking out. I'm using my hands to talk, and like if I cover up like my phone that's capturing, it'll just like stop moving or it'll just freak the fuck out. Yeah. And so like Lucky says, so it's like when you commission a VTuber model, make sure you like it before you dive into the deep end. Correct. You always want to like spend as little as possible when you're interested in getting into a hobby to see if you end up liking it. So yeah, I think now it's time for switching scenes to the camera scene. Live scene, now go.